Hi everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. Not a whole lot new to report this week, but hopefully you'll enjoy the episode. I'm going to have some updates on just some general autumn chores. I did switch out the wheels and tires on my ATV, and I've got a few trail cam updates for you as well. Enjoy! So it's that time of the year. I'm going to finally take all of the netting off of our blueberries, or shallowgas. The grand total for the whole summer, or for the whole year, 25 kilograms, or about 55 pounds. There are still some berries on the bushes, but at this point in time, they'll never get ripe, so we're going to shut it down. The reason I take the netting off for the winter is we get heavy wet snow here, and it sticks to the netting and gets too heavy and things just start to collapse. So I take everything off in the fall and put it back up as soon as the berries start to ripen. Now I just got to clean up all the long weeds that have grown up. I couldn't get into them with all the netting, so maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but the netting is off. And my wife did a wonderful job of pulling the weeds from the flower beds one last time. Did some pruning. You know, we still got a few things that have some color, even though we've had a few real cold nights. In fact, yesterday was definitely a hard freeze. But still some color. Hydrangeas look great. She did a lot of pruning there, and just general fall time chores. She cut back all of the lilies, again did some pruning on the hydrangeas, and just general cleanup before the frost and the snow sets in. And in the greenhouse, pretty much everything has been pulled. Believe it or not, we still have some peppers, jalapenos and bells, a few chilies. I think that's a poblano, but you know, those are about done. But just generally pulling everything, organizing all the strings that hold up the tomatoes, etc. have been kind of put on one end. All of the little mesh baskets we use to protect from the mole crickets. Obviously I've emptied all of the water jugs that I normally store water in throughout the summer, and of course the rain barrels have been emptied and pulled. All the rain gutters are just running into the yard now, but that's all part of fall chores. We will probably plant, like we do every year, some mustard here in the greenhouse. Basically we just let it grow up until the point right before it goes to seed, and then we flip it into the soil. It adds a lot of good nitrogen, etc. The key is to flip it before it goes to seed, otherwise you'll just have a bunch of mustard in the spring. And we have officially closed out the main garden, or more to the point, the raised boxes. We still had a bunch of beets and Swiss chard, leeks, patasones, celery. My wife got in here and pretty much cleaned that up today. Obviously I got to get in there and clean up some weeds. I've decided to stop pulling weeds, and I'm just going to let it grow in, and it'll just be like grass that I'll have to trim. And I think my wife said she's going to can some of this, shred and freeze some of it, and we'll probably make some nice juice. Hi everyone. One of the other fall chores that I have is to switch out the wheels and tires on my ATV. For those of you that haven't seen previous videos. I've got set for the summertime, which is what you're looking at now, and then I've got a set that I run the other seasons, fall, winter, and spring. These that are on there for the summertime, the tires are, you know, they're okay. They're just okay, okay in the sand, but they're really not that good in the snow or the mud, whereas this set here is definitely much better in the snow and the mud. I don't go looking for the mud. I try to avoid it when possible, but living in Lithuania, it's just a nature of the beast. To get to where you need to go, you're going to have to go through some mud. This set of wheels and tires is, I think, 26 inch, whereas my other is 25. First of all, you may notice I'm wearing a winter cap. It's probably not necessary, but it's damn comfortable. I think we're only in the 40s in Fahrenheit right now. In Celsius, I don't know, 6 or 7. But I did recently pick up a bit of gear or kit to help with this process. It's just a simple scissor jack, rather than using that floor jack, which took forever. But seems to work pretty good. We'll see how she goes, but of course the jack stands for safety, but it seems pretty stable. And there you have it. Job done. Until next spring when I switch back to the summer wheels and tires. Couple of top tips. Obviously manually retighten the lug nuts once you lower it down off the jack, and then after that first ride you take when you get home, check them again. It's not unheard of for those lug nuts to come loose, and it's usually not a good ending if they do. Another cool thing to have is what's called a low pressure tire gauge. Most that you use on a car, you know, read up to whatever 100 pounds, but it's really hard to get it so precise. I run 6 pounds of air in my tires, which is lower than most people, but it's what I prefer. And when you get a low pressure gauge like this, you can see this one only goes up to a maximum of 15 pounds. You can get a lot more precise to make sure that you've got 6 pounds in all 4 tires. Hi guys, one of the things I bought when I was recently in the USA is a new trail cam. The one I've been using is okay, but I bought a little better model and brand. I bought a Browning. I've heard some pretty good things about them. We'll see if it turns out. But so now I've got 2 trail cams. What I'm gonna do is keep one, the new one, the Browning, right by my home where I normally have been keeping it. But I'm gonna put the other one, or the old one here, out here in the forest. See if I can catch some different activity. I might catch a moose out here, maybe some pigs, and I really don't think I'd ever see them by my house. But the main reason I'm putting this one out here is there's a chance that somebody will see it and steal it. So I'm taking a risk by putting a camera out here in the forest. Obviously it's not my land, it's kind of public land, but we'll see what happens. And as much as I did enjoy visiting the US recently and having some of my favorite foods, my brother-in-law made real Wisconsin bratwurst on the grill while I was there, and I love that. But it's good to get back and have some Lithuanian style food.